The 3-second lie and the 3-hour head start. Stop scrolling. This is not another fluffy self-help video telling you to just wake up early. That is the first lie. You think success is about willpower. You think it's about hustle culture. You think the world's highest achievers, the creators, the scientists, the architects of our world, are simply more motivated than you. That is the second and most costly lie. They don't have better motivation. They have better biology. Waking up at 4 a.m. is not a trend. It is a calculated neurochemical protocol used to access a specific fleeting state of mind, a brain state convergence that is mathematically impossible to replicate at any other hour. If you are waiting for 7 a.m., you are already 3 hours behind. And you are missing the single most powerful cognitive window the human body offers. This is the science. This is the protocol. Let's start with what happens to your brain when the world is still dark. Why 4 a.m. is not 7 a.m. Alpha-Theta convergence. Your brain operates on 4 major frequencies, measured in hertz. We need to focus on 2, alpha and theta. Beta, 13 to 30 hertz. This is your daily, conscious, logical, and often anxious mind. The mind that judges, edits, and self-doubts. This is the noise. Alpha, 8 to 12 hertz. This is the state of relaxed awareness. The moment right before you fall asleep or when you are effortlessly jogging. Your internal editor is quiet. Theta, 4 to 7 hertz. This is the subconscious, creative, and deep learning state. It's the engine of your long-term memory, intuition, and inspiration. You access this mainly during deep meditation and REM sleep. The problem? During the day, you're stuck in beta. Your consciousness acts like a firewall, blocking the creative, powerful theta state. But at 4 a.m., something unique happens as you naturally emerge from the final phase of REM sleep. This is the alpha-theta convergence. For a brief, precious window, alpha, relaxed consciousness, and theta, raw creativity, meet in the middle. Your firewall is down. You are conscious enough to direct your focus, but your analytical mind, your internal critic, is still deeply asleep. This is the state of superlearning. You can absorb complex concepts, solve seemingly impossible problems, and generate truly original ideas, not because you're forcing it, but because your brain's operating system is optimized for it. If you miss this window, the beta state of the day crashes the party. The convergence is over. The neurochemical advantage, the digital immunity zone. The brain state is only half the secret. The other half is the chemical environment of 4 a.m. The modern mind is addicted to a neurotransmitter known as dopamine. It's the chemical of seeking, craving, and external reward. The moment your phone vibrates, the moment you check an email, you get a hit of it. This constantly depletes your dopamine reservoir, the fuel you need for deep, sustained focus. By 7 a.m., your reservoir is already being drained by the endless cycle of notifications. But at 4 a.m., you are in the digital immunity zone. 1. Cortisol, the stress hormone. This hormone naturally spikes around sunrise to wake you up. At 4 a.m., it's low and stable, allowing for a state of calm, deep concentration before the stress of the day begins. 2. Dopamine, the focus fuel. Your dopamine reservoir is full and unspent. There are no external triggers demanding your attention. This allows you to apply the full, pure force of your focus to a single high-leverage task. 3. Serotonin, the satisfaction chemical. serotonin levels are rising, building a foundation of calm well-being. This acts as a counterweight to the intense focus, preventing burnout and frustration. In short, 4 a.m. is the only time the three major neurochemicals align perfectly: low stress, high focus potential, and high stability. The price of hitting the snooze button is not just 30 minutes of sleep. It is the forfeit of your single greatest biological advantage for focus. The 4 a.m. protocol, the non-negotiable 3 steps. Accessing this state requires more than setting an alarm. It requires a protocol, a specific sequence of actions designed to lock you into the alpha-theta convergence and protect your dopamine reservoir. Step 1. The biorhythm lock, the 2-minute breathing. When you wake, your instinct is to rush or check your phone. Do neither. Instead, spend 2 minutes performing a simple, rhythmic breathing exercise like the 4-7-8 method. 4 seconds inhale, 7 seconds hold, 8 seconds exhale. This acts as a biological lock. It signals to your vagus nerve to lower your heart rate and forces the analytical beta waves to quiet down, stabilizing the alpha-theta convergence. This locks you into the state. Step 2. The blue light block. Protect the reservoir. Blue light, even from a phone, immediately suppresses melatonin production and signals your brain that it is daytime. This starts the dopamine seeking cycle and awakens the beta mind. Non-negotiable. For the first hour, avoid screens. If you must have light, use red spectrum lights or orange blue light blocking glasses. This keeps the environment chemically dim, preserving your full, unspent dopamine for your most important work. Step 3. Cognitive priming. The single task rule. Don't check email. Don't start a low-leverage task. You have one bullet in the chamber of genius, and you must use it perfectly. Before you go to sleep, write down the single most valuable task you need to accomplish the next day. The hardest one. The one that requires the deepest theta alpha thought. When you wake at 4 a.m., you move immediately to that task. This process, known as cognitive priming, directs the full force of your low-stress, high-focus brain state toward the objective that offers the highest return. The critical rule. Why most people fail the 4 a.m. challenge. So, why do 95% of people who try the 4 a.m. challenge quit after 3 days? They confuse early sleep with deep sleep. The critical rule is simple. You cannot trade time for depth. You must protect the golden window of deep sleep, REM and delta waves, which occurs largely before midnight. If you try to survive on 4 hours of sleep, you are not waking up into a genius state. You are waking up into a state of stress-induced exhaustion. You are sacrificing the deep rest your brain needs for the repair and memory consolidation that makes the 4 a.m. focus state possible. The 4 a.m. protocol demands an 8 p.m. shutdown. It demands you prioritize the hours before midnight. You are not a night owl. You are not a morning person. You are a biological entity that requires a precise, non-negotiable chemical sequence. Your focus in the morning is a direct product of your discipline the night before. This isn't about working more hours. It's about making the hours you work count 100 times more. Every day, you have a choice. You can wake up at 7 a.m. and immediately enter the world of reaction. Reacting to notifications, reacting to stress hormones, and reacting to the external demands of others. You will be operating in the noise of beta. Or you can take control of your biology. You can access the 4 a.m. state where the convergence of alpha and theta allows you to build, to create, and to solve in a way that is effortless and profound. You become an architect of your day, not a victim of it. The secret is not willpower. The secret is timing. The brain state is waiting for you. The question is, will you show up for it? If you are ready to claim this advantage, subscribe now. And watch our next video on the 3 biohacks for total dopamine control.